And then everybody just sit back, get your popcorn ready, and relax. All right, so my name is Brandon Long, as Brian kind of alluded to. I am the Market Center Tech Trainer for L5L, that's Level 5 Leadership down in South Florida. We have 5 offices in West End, Pembroke Pines, KW Central, which is the plantation office, Miami Beach, and Miami Lakes. So shout out to everyone from L5L. Hope you all are doing well. I am one of the Market Center Tech Trainers that has a real estate license as well. So I actually first got started as a realtor, and I've been with KW now for about 5 years. So that's just a little bit about me. Today I'm going to be teaching building a millionaire real estate agent pipeline. And just again, going back to who I am. So I am, as you can see, your MCTT, so that's Market Center Tech Trainer, BFF, that's your best friend forever, for L5L, or Level 5 Leadership Region of KW South Florida. Now, I'm just a man of acronyms, so I wanted to see how many I could squeeze in there. Outside of that, in my free time, I'm a father, dad of 2, technology trainer, like I mentioned, a licensed realtor. And as a realtor, I was a team leader for one of the largest expansion teams in KW at the time, where I helped my team start door knocking. We door knocked about 150 homes a week. That's about 50 homes a day, 4 days a week. So we were very consistent in what we did. And I think just about made it, or all made it, to capper statuses. So today, what I'm going to do is help you use systems and models to get through basically 2022 and preparing and getting ready for it. So one thing I really want to start off by letting you all know is that success leaves clues. So we need to follow the success and follow the clues that some of these other millionaire real estate agents accomplished. So take it all in, look at the money. I'm sure you can resonate with one of these people and understand that there's lots and lots of opportunities out there. And speaking of opportunities, that's what today's class is about. So today's goal, and this is what I have for you, is to help you build a millionaire real estate agent pipeline using Command. We're going to do that today by creating opportunities. And creating opportunities, we're going to create them, and hopefully you get in the habit of creating them daily. View what the opportunity card is and complete the opportunity card. We're going to customize your pipelines, introduce you to phases and stages, show you that you can edit some of your stages, explain that probability tracker that you all have heard so much about, and introduce you to checklists. From there, we will utilize your checklist by helping you find the checklist, add to your checklist, edit these checklist items, and designate them for client updates, as well as save them. In doing this, I hope to help you get some clarity, help you build a vision, and help you apply those models that the millionaire real estate agents before us came up with. So as I talked about earlier, success leaves clues, and I'd like to give you a little bit of backstory before we jump into the technology. So just so you know, if you have never seen this model before, I wish I could take credit for it. However, I am not the one that came up with it. Gary Keller and a lot of people much smarter than me came up with this lead generation model. And what it basically says is you need leads to be successful in real estate, period. No leads means no sales. And as you heard Mateo allude to earlier, this is something that really resonates with me, not just as a tech trainer, but also as a realtor, because I have literally done everything in my power as an agent to avoid from lead generating. And I'll tell you this, you still have to lead generate. So to break down this model and kind of explain to you how it applies to our class today, this model is set up to basically resemble the MREA as well as Command. So in blue, you'll see the areas that apply directly to command. In red, those are the notes from the original lead generation model. So step one of the lead generation model is prospecting and marketing. Notice prospecting is first, marketing is second. So you want to be prospecting based and marketing enhanced. As you prospect and as you meet these wonderful people and that great group of people that you meet in everyone's favorite grocery store, Publix, those leads will eventually turn to contacts. So that's going to go from a one-way offer-based touch program to a two-way conversation. You see someone in Publix, they say, hey, I'm thinking about buying or selling. You say, awesome. Your realtor hat instantly goes on. I'm a realtor. Here's my card. I'd love to contact with you at the later date. They say, okay, great. That person is a lead and they need to immediately be added to the contact section of command. Once you call that person tomorrow and they say, absolutely, I'm available to meet with you 4 o'clock on Tuesday, you say, awesome. Now they've become a contact and you have them in your database and you're ready to start creating opportunities. So as you see, step 4 on here says cultivate. Now, I do not have a green thumb. I have killed more plants than I'm proud to admit in my life. But from what I hear is different plants need different types of loving. Some plants need more water. Some plants need more light. Some plants need more air. Your clients are the exact same way. You need to cultivate and love on them as soon as they get on your database. Some are going to want to be called. Some are going to want to be texted. Some are going to have smart plans sent out to them every single day. And it's your responsibility as the real estate professional in their neighborhood to make sure that you are doing these things, because guess what? If you're not loving on your clients, someone else is. And that someone else is Zillow. That someone else is that other competitor. That someone else is that brand new realtor that's hungry and is ready to get out here and start making some deals. So don't get complacent, set up these systems and models so that way one day you can hire your replacement to run your business while you're somewhere sipping virgin margaritas. So from there, after we cultivate on those leads, we're going to jump right into the sales pipeline, which is going to be the focus of today's class. And you see that opportunities hand off right there. So we have appointments, we have active, we have under contract, and we have closed. These are your first look at your phases of the business, okay? Now, Gary Keller says that these phases, whether it's my business, his business, your business, someone's business in Kalamazoo, every business goes through these same phases. So they don't change. We don't have the permission to edit those in command. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about that later down the line, but just know that these phases for the most part don't change. And the last thing on the lead generation model is, so once you get to that close section, notice it doesn't say the end. Notice it doesn't say farewell, ta-ta for now. It has a arrow shooting back up to contacts because, and forgive me for not knowing this exact stat, but I believe it's something like every 4 to 6 years, someone decides to basically resell their house. So if you're doing this intentionally, you say, all right, great. Today I close Mr. and Miss Buyer, Mr. and Miss Seller. If I continue to market them, if I continue to pour into them, if I continue to come from contribution, 4 to 6 years from now, when they're ready to buy again, sell again, they'll think of me. 4 to 6 years from now, any referrals that come up in that time frame that they come across, or friends or family members that ask, hey, do you know a great realtor in the area that I can call and contact today? They'll think of you. So at the end of this class, at the end of today, I really hope that you all are able to take from that, not just our systems and models, but understand that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All right, so next up, I'm going to teach you how to create an opportunity. And what my goal is going to be to walk you through this step by step, and then I'll do a live demonstration afterwards in command of creating an opportunity, those checklists, those phases and stages that we spoke of. So in creating an opportunity, you first want to select create an opportunity and input the following: your market center, your opportunity type, and owner. As you see the note over here on the left, those are not editable or edible after the opportunity has been created. So once you go in, hit create opportunity, save on that opportunity, and you hit market center, or maybe you selected listing when it's supposed to be a buyer, it's okay. It's really easy to archive it and make another one. But it's important that you know that you can't go back and edit these fields. From there, the client, co-seller, opportunity name, custom tags, estimated closing date, estimated listing price, and commission rate can all be changed, as well as the opportunity phase and stage when you're first creating the opportunity. Always important to title your opportunities with the name of the property. Your MCAs will let you have it. If you do not put the title of the, the name of the property and the title of the opportunity. So I should be safe with all MCAs on the call from here on out. Select the appropriate phase and stage. Again, we can edit it. View the opportunity card and make sure it's correct. And then you open the opportunity. So right there, 5 really easy steps for creating that opportunity. After we create the opportunity, we're going to customize your pipeline. What is the pipeline? So you may have seen this screen before on command and thought to yourself, I don't know what this is. That's why you're here, and it's okay. I'm your BFF. This is a safe space. Don't worry, you're just fine. So we're going to start looking at this not from top to bottom, but instead from left to right. So when you look at this, you see that the first column, let me bounce back. The first column is listings. So in your listings, you have, like we talked about, cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and close. At the very end of that, you have a GCI calculator that has your potential income and your probable income for that specific pipeline. Fancy way of saying that's the money that if you close all those transactions for your listing, you could make. There's also money that you should make, but that's based upon your percentages inside of each phase and stage. The probability percentages you do set, and I know a little later today, we're going to be doing your goals for 2022. So if you go in, set your goals in command, you can set them up for 2022 and use this as a metric to see, hey, I'm on track to make X amount from listings. I'm on track to make X amount for buyers. I could be doing a little better in this category. So instead of maybe working on FSBOs, I'm going to focus on my negotiations because that's where the majority of my fallout comes in. Whatever works for you. Remember, clarity is power, and this is where your clarity comes from. Those numbers and the opportunities that you input into command. Same goes for the buyer pipeline, left to right. We have cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and close. The GCI calculator there. And for leases, and I'm sure this is probably something you've thought before, leases does include landlords and tenants. So if you get a listing for a rental property in command, it will show up under leases. So make sure you do select that. Now, we've talked about phases, and the next portion of phases is stages, okay? Phases don't change, okay? Stages do change. So we have the phases, cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and close. Each phase has its associated stages, okay? So cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, close, all have their set stages that you, the realtor, you, the coach, can come in here and change and edit depending on how your business runs. I will tell you right now, there is no right or wrong way to do this. There is a default version that KW has already provided to you, so you really don't even have to go in and change this. And I believe it was Ryan who mentioned it earlier. We don't want to set up command for you to only be able to manage 5 transactions. Because if you're out here lead generating and you're doing your job and someone calls you tomorrow and says, hey, I have 50 homes that I'm ready to sell today, you need a system that can support that. And command can do that for you. So it's important that we get in here and set these systems and models up for where you want to go, not where you are today. So the stages will be set up such as that. So from there, we're going to set up checklists. Inside of command, we have phases, we have stages, and then we have checklists. So you're probably thinking, wow, Brandon, that's a lot to remember. Why do we have all that? Let's break it down for you. The phases don't change. They stay the same. Those don't get edited. Every business has phases. Stages are what makes your business unique. So you go in, you put in your stages, you say, okay, at this stage, I want to do this. At this stage, I want to do that. That's where the creativity comes in, okay? The checklists are how you make sure that everyone on your team knows what to do, when to do, and why they're doing it. The checklists are going to go in there and it's going to help you stay on task and help anyone that you bring onto your team, your TCs, your admins, your ISAs, really help them understand what they should be doing and when to do it, and make sure that none of your clients are getting any less quality of service just because you necessarily aren't the person doing it. So in editing checklists and opportunities, you want to first click on the phase that includes the checklist you wish to edit those stages, click on the checklist icon, add the checklist items, edit the checklist items, designate checklist items for client updates, and save the checklist. 7 easy steps. Now, this is my last slide, and then I'm going to jump into command. And I just want to let you all know, in case you have never heard this before, I literally took these steps from answers.kw.com on how to create an opportunity. So if you have any questions, if you're unsure, if this sounds just like, wow, it's all good. Answers.kw.com, you can absolutely go in there, look up how to create an opportunity. They have videos, they have different help articles that you can go in there and read. And of course, you have your MCTT best friends, so don't fret. But if you need something at 2 a.m. on Saturday, I do live in Miami, that's all I'm gonna say, so you probably won't reach me. But if you wait till 11 o'clock on Monday, I'll be there for you. So with that being said, like I said, that's the end of the slide. So let's jump into command and do some real play. So with that, or Ryan, do you think you'd like to wait till the end to ask questions?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, all good. All right. And can everyone see my command screen okay?
Yes.
Perfect. So
Yes.
this is your command dashboard. Probably one of the single best things I'm going to tell you today is if you hit this red and white KW right here, it shows you the names of the different applets. I'm the MCTT. I still don't know what all these icons mean. So every time I come in here, I hit this red and white KW just to eliminate a guessing game. You're going to come right in here and you can get to opportunities one of 2 ways. You can jump right into opportunities. It'll load, I promise. And then once it comes up, you have that screen that shows all the different phases and your different pipelines, okay? So this is the primary opportunity screen. Now, once this loads up, close that up. So once this loads up, it's going to show you your different pipelines. So I have a tech team. It's what I used to do all my MCTT stuff. So my tech team is the first opportunity pipeline you're going to see right up here at the top. My personal pipeline, which everyone that joins KW has, is going to be the next one. From there, you have all opportunities, and then you have all discussions. All opportunities, if you want to come in and search for your opportunities, like I said, your personal pipeline always lives with you. And to anyone that's in any coaching or pro coach or team accounts, you probably have another profile right here where you can bounce between the different profiles. So just a quick note. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 2 different ways, or I'm going to show you both of my different pipelines and what they look like. So inside of here, this is my tech team pipeline. This is more so my default pipeline. So if I come into cultivate, I have my phases: cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and close. And then I have the stages under each of those phases. So here you can see it shows watch, nurture, and hot. Okay, those are the names. This number over here on the right, that's your probability tracker. So that's how likely you are to close a deal at that stage. Now, you might be better than me, and maybe when you're watching leads, you're at 100%. Hey, go in there and change it. I need a little bit, but the point I'm trying to make is, you know your business, you have your numbers, you track them, you're setting your goals, you're staying on top of all these things, and it will help you build that system of a millionaire real estate agent. You don't want to be built on creativity. You need some structure, and then the creativity comes afterwards. So in here, you can see appointment. So this is the appointment phase, and these are the stages associated with appointment. And as you can see, the probability tracker percentage goes up because as you're moving your transaction along in here, you can now see that, all right, you're getting closer to getting that big payday. Active, under contract, and close. Just like a lot of things in command, if you don't like this view, you can come in here to either list view or board view and change the views so you can see what they look like. Perhaps that's easier for you. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's whatever makes your life easier. So now that we've done that, I'm going to create an opportunity. But I'm going to create an opportunity the way I like to create opportunities, which is a little different from this. I like to keep it simple and go through contacts. So when I go through my contacts, in my opinion, in Command, that's where the most important screen in all of Command is. So we'll let this load up. And then I'm going to come in here and create a contact really quick, just how Mateo showed me to. All right. Okay. Now remember, to create an opportunity, you just need the name and email address. I would recommend that you come back in here and clean this up later. Use that fix me tag that Ryan mentioned. But definitely, there's currently email with okay, cool. So I already exist, which is good. So I'm gonna come in here, look for my contact. All right, whatever. We'll use Fred Flintstone. We go way back. So inside of here, this is your contact screen, okay? So anyone who's ever attended one of my classes before knows this is where the dance party part comes in. So what you're gonna do is find a pen close by you, and you're gonna put it in your hand, and then you're gonna put it in the air, and then you're gonna wave it like you just don't care. And that's how I know who's sleeping and who's not. All right. So now you're gonna take your pen. Yeah, there we go. Dance party. I told you I'm from the South Florida region. This is what we do down here. So you're gonna take that pen, and if you look where it says previous contact and next contact at the top of your screen, from this day on out, you are going to draw an imaginary line, not a real line on your computer, because I'm not replacing it, an imaginary line right between where it says previous contact and next contact. Why are we doing this? Because there are 3 scroll bars on this screen. There's a scroll bar on the left side that lets you edit your contact's info. There's an activity scroll bar on the right side that lets you bounce from timeline, opportunities, a smart plan, and task, and notes, and save search. So it's very important that you know the difference, because if you're going here looking to edit the client's contact information and you're on this side, not gonna work. If you're over here trying to create an opportunity and you wanna put in the client's address, not gonna work, okay? So make sure you stay on the right side with those. But what we're doing right now is we're coming in here to create an opportunity. So just to give you a quick run through, all we did was come into contacts, look for our contacts, opened our contact, and went to opportunities, okay? Now I'm gonna create a new one. So that's right here, create opportunity. And then I get that opportunity card that we talked about. So you want to select your market center and make sure that's correct, because as we said, you can't change this once this opportunity card has been created. We're going to do a listing. The owner is myself. The client, Fred Flintstone. The opportunity name is Fred Flintstone's listing if we want to get yelled at, but the opportunity name should be 123 Main Street, and then the client's name. Okay, make sure you get that property in there, because you may have more than one transaction with this specific buyer or seller. And if you want to make sure that you got paid on it, it's good to have the actual property address in there, so that way your MCAs can tell the difference. And so you know the difference and you're not getting confused. Okay, so we have the opportunity name, custom tags. If this is the opportunity tag section that Ryan spoke about earlier, these are different from contact tags. So maybe you want to put in here for sale by owner, or past client, or first time home buyer. These tags live with the opportunity, okay, not the client. So I'll come in here and put SOI. Estimated closing date. These are the details that we talked about earlier that you can edit. So I'll just come in here and put the end of the month. Sales price. The commission rate. This is what you're making off the commission. Again, that can be edited. Opportunity phase. So we know what phases are. So cultivate is that early stage. So if this is that client that we met in Publix and they said that they're ready now, they want to start seeing some properties, ready to start getting pre-qualified, we can put in here that we're ready to go on the appointment. We've scheduled the initial appointment. and we can create the opportunity from there. Now, when you create this opportunity, 123 Main Street, Fred Flintstone listing, it shows almost immediately under the client's contact in command. So if we click into the opportunity, that'll load up and it'll take us to the opportunity screen. So from here, we have pretty much done what we needed to do. Now you just need to put in the information to create an opportunity, or I'm sorry, to finish off the opportunity. So that's how you create an opportunity, complete the contact card, and insert and review the contact card. So now let's go back to our pipeline so we can look at getting you on purpose for next year. So inside of here, we talked about the phases, we talked a little bit about stages, and now let's really look at the power of the two. So now I'm going to be in my personal pipeline. So you see at the top, this is Brandon Long with that little line under it. And let's look at my listing pipeline. So now inside of here, if you remember, our first one looked a little different. My phase is still cultivate, but my stage is now insert into database. Under appointments, I have scheduled initial appointment, and contract appointment. We see the opportunity I just created, Fred Flintstone, is right in here. The name of the opportunity, the client of the respective opportunity, the estimated closing date, and the estimated commission. Also, if you look right down here, it says 0 of 4 with client updates off. So if I wanted to see what that meant, or I wanted to look more into that, all you have to do is just click it and it gives you the client checklist items. So it gives you the opportunity checklist items for that stage. So at this particular stage, this is what needs to happen. Record name, send a CMA, tax record, add listing agreement. Now, again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. This is absolutely from a sample that I will share with you all, so don't fret. But these are your opportunity checklist items for this stage of, where are we? Cultivate. So you see up here, it says cultivate, that's the phase. The stage is insert in the database. And then these are your checklist items. So you can edit the checklist items names, select if you want your client to be updated when these items happen or need to happen, and set a due date. We have these 3 dots over here where you can edit or delete. And then up here, you can hide the completed items that you've done. So this, like I said, really comes in handy when you hire that buyer's agent, you hire a TC, and you have your TC work on contract to close. You know what your responsibilities are. You have your checklist and your line items for what needs to go out and what needs to be shared with your TC. So again, your systems might not start out looking like this. And the more you get into it in practice, the more time you put into your business, the more time you put into yourself, truthfully, you'll see some of those changes happen and some of these things just kind of come to you on their own. So inside of here, we have our checklist items. Under active, you can just see a couple of different stages that we have in here. And of course, if you want to edit them, you just come right up here to edit stages. And now you have the order. So I could come in here, change the order as I feel appropriate. Just hold and drag. You have the stage name, the probability. And remember, this is the probability of how likely you are to close at that stage. Your checklist items. So I have 0 of 6 items here, nothing here, nothing there, nothing there, nothing here. None of these are set to send client updates, but they could be. And then if I just want to come over here and edit any of them, I just need to hit this pen and I can come in here and change the name, change the likelihood of how I am to close, and then just hit save. Okay, so again, that's for sellers. You also have the same thing for buyers and the same thing for leases. My buyers, I have set up a little different. I have watch 3 to 6 months, 1 to 3 months, and 1 month or less. My appointments, active, under contract, and close. And then if I hit edit stages up here, I can come in here to the different stages and edit them as well as the checklist. Okay. One other thing I would like to show you on this. So just to review, we created an opportunity, viewed the opportunity card, showed you 2 ways how to get to an opportunity, and that's going through this red and white KW and going to the opportunities, or going to contacts and searching the contact and then the associated opportunities. We went over phases and stages, and let me just show you how to do that opportunity search again through contacts. We went over phases and stages, that you can edit stages, you cannot edit phases. Also the origin of that and the association with the MREA. What else? We did quite a few things. And we did the checklist items. So I hope I was clear and concise and that made sense. I'm about to open up the floodgates and ask if anybody has any questions. And then this is just how you get to those other opportunities when you go through the contact. Let me see what's in the chat. Go here. All right. Anything? No? Okay. Want me to do it again?
You left them speechless, B.
Hey, man, I think so.
You did have a question about whether you were going to do DocuSign in Miami soon.
Oh, yeah. You know, I actually think I'm supposed to
Miami
be there next
Beach.
week. Post that. Oh. Yeah. Yes, I will be actually in my offices next week. So I'll make sure to get those schedules shared with you all. So I don't know why my Windows is fighting with me now. All right, cool.
And then there was a question
Ryan
about contact before opportunity. Yes, always a contact before the opportunity.
Yes, always contact first. So look at it like this. You have a piece of business, but you have to either have a seller or buyer as well. So you have to associate that piece of business with the person. So create that contact. Like I said, if it's somebody that you meet in Publix, like the lead generation model says, they're a lead first. So you should immediately add them to your database once you even hear, think, or assume that they may want to purchase in real estate. Add them to your database, and now you have a reason to call them. So even if you don't call them to say, hey, you want to buy, you ready to buy, you ready to sell, you can call them and absolutely have that forward conversation with them and ask, how's your family? How's work treating you? What are you doing for fun these days? What are your dreams? I know the holidays are going to be coming up soon. And you apply that with these DTD2 tags. So now you're reaching out to them every quarter. You're using your systems and your models with your opportunities. So you know where they are. You have your checklist items going. So you can say, all right, good. I set this person on my smart plans. I set this person up to, have maybe an item of value dropped off, whatever. I mean, again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. I think in South Florida, it's something like 16,000 realtors. So, I mean, we're all doing different things. Find out what works for you, find your niche. If technology is not your thing, I will be happy to get out on a limb and say that we have probably some of the best tech trainers in all of KW. So use them. You have answers.kw, you have ideas.kw, you have the KW South Florida region site, you have Take Command to get in here and really learn. So, I mean, I could teach a class all day just on what value items we have for you all. So the point is, we just want to make sure that, you agents know that we're here for you guys. We don't joke when we say that we're your best friends, because a lot of us are agents too, and we've been there. So again, I really, really, really hope you all got something for today. I mean that from my heart. I put a lot of time and effort into this presentation and what I do and what we all do. And I just want to say thank you all for having me here today. And hey, if there's any other questions you have before we go to lunch, let me know.
Awesome job, Brandon.
Cool. Do I get to pick
So
the song I
thorough.
go out on?
Don't stop believing.
That works.
You still got a few more minutes. So why don't you take more questions and see if you can
Hey,
answer
look,
anything else.
I'm for it. And
You still got another 9 minutes.
let me see. What can we show really quick? Okay, so one
Everybody's saying
thing.
thank you in the class. Yes, Brandon's class is recorded and it will be put onto our website sometime next week.
Mhm.
And the website is kwsouthfloridaregion.com.
It's so pretty.
And those checklists are up just a bit in the chat. Ariel and I both posted them. So if anybody would like to download those checklists, the buyer and the listing checklist for opportunities are available in the chat.
Okay, so if anybody needs help finding them, the website is kwsouthfloridaregion.com. You can come right in here to resources, and the very first link is Take Command Videos. You can see our previous classes and anything else that we have upcoming, and try to get on here for these live classes because just like Ryan said, I think there are probably like 10 MCTTs in the chat at this very moment. So you can hear it from the experts. Why not?
I was on my RTT call, so I didn't see if you answered Ariel's question, but did you see it on how you can receive an update when something, the checklist has been uncompleted?
Yes. So I know that the home screen will show you any tasks that you have coming up. So I don't know if I don't think I mentioned this part, but yeah. So you have your tasks that'll pop up on here, and you can actually come in here and search by contact task. Or if you hit this drop down, you can see your opportunity task. And because I'm in leadership, anyone that's on here that has access to that, you have your onboarding task as well. So a lot of cool things you can come in here and do, keep track to stay on it. Again, hey, ask questions. It's here for you. Actually, let me make that big. There we go. So you have the to-do task, task, opportunity, contact assign, due date, stats, or status, and actions. Jack, you have a question?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Good morning. How are you? Great session there, Brandon. Appreciate it. What was the last website that you gave for the South Florida?
I'll go ahead and drop it in the chat for you right now. It's KW South Florida Region, and that's the regional site.
All right. I'll look in the chat. I appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
Hey, Brandon, did you go over the pipeline and showing in the pipeline?
Yeah. So we went over the pipeline.
Like the
So
percentages and all that?
I showed them the two ways to get to opportunities. We went through contacts. We went directly through opportunities. We discussed the difference between the the listing, the buyers, and the leases, and how the leases includes the tenants and the landlords. The difference in phases and how the phases don't change. The CGI calculator and how that's calculated. The difference in stages, the checklist and how to edit the checklist, as well as how each phase has its assigned set of stages that essentially build up to you closing and setting up for your future business with your legacies. We did the difference in the views, the list view and the board views. Like I mentioned, you can.
If somebody goes into close phase, how long does it stay there?
30 days, right?
Correct. Why?
Because after that, it's moved to, I don't know. I forget where it gets moved to. It goes as archived opportunity, right?
It doesn't go as an archive. It just moves into your all opportunities tab at that point. The point of the close phase is to allow you to have any other checklist items that you need to complete in that last 30 days. So it's basically the only reason we even have the close phase, because once it closes, it asks you for the closing date, and it also is going to allow you any checklist items to be completed there.
Gotcha.
The reason I brought that up is that's one of the most common questions we get is, why is it when I put stuff in my close phase, everything disappears? It disappears, but it goes into your all opportunities area, and you can find it there. It's another one reason to use tags. Tags are important. They help you find that stuff later on a little better. All right, I got music for you, man. You ready?
Cool. Let's do it.
All right, we go take a break. It's gonna be lunchtime. I'll give you some outro music. MCTTs, you all have your meeting at 12, so don't forget. And let's do some music, man.
It's not the same as
It's just for you.
I got dreams, y'all. Talk about big old pie in the sky, hopes are high, crazy dreams, y'all. Talk about bucket list full of ignorance is bliss and fancy little things.
Adopted by our MPTTC, Ariel.
Hoping that
Sorry.
I get to see it all before I die. I heard about the power of intention. Did I forget to mention I just wanna get paid $1 million a day? Hey, $1 million a day. Hey, said I just wanna get paid, 'cause I'm worth it. $1 million a day. I deserve it. $1 million a day. Hey, I got needs, y'all. Talk about I'm in debt up to my knees from tuition and fees from my degrees, y'all. Talk about it, and my skills should pay the bills, but I still got a couple miles to feed, y'all. And they ask me all the time, Daddy, why do we always gotta stand in this line? I heard about the power of intention. Did I forget to mention that I hope it works out for me? Give me please $1 million a day. Hey, $1 million a day. Hey, said I just wanna get paid, 'cause I'm worth it. $1 million a day. Watch me work it. $1 million a day. Hey, 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 in my wildest imagination, my whole life is just a vacation. If I believe it, I can achieve it. Put it in the air and wait to receive it. $1 million a day. $1 million a day. Said I just wanna get paid. $1 million a day. That's 100,000. Add an extra zero for me. $1 million a day. $1 million a day. Hey, said I just wanna get paid, 'cause I'm working. $1 million a day. Watch me work it. $1 million a day. Hey, hey, if there's one thing that I'm sure about, it's that I got a lot to learn. If there's another thing that I'm sure about, it's that I'm sick of sitting waiting my turn. I've been knocked around, pushed to the ground, people trying to hold me down. But here's a little thing that I'm sure about, I'm gonna be standing firm when I get back up again. I count on